Okay, so welcome to this video. We're going to see why ChatGPT is leading the artificial intelligence revolution. This is the everything you need to know summary. Okay, but first, OpenAI is breaking the internet again. First with DALL-E, the image generator. Now with ChatGPT, there is a chatbot with natural language processing and reinforcement learning. In only 5 days of its release, it reached 1 million users. Netflix took 41 months to this milestone and Facebook 10 months. Now, ChatGPT, as we say, is a natural language processor with human reinforcement learning. So it receives human feedback to give better responses and original responses the majority of the times. But what is ChatGPT? It's a generative artificial intelligence trained with chatbot developed by OpenAI. Current version is GPT 3.5 using human reinforcement learning with human feedback, RLHF. GPT has 175 billion parameters and was trained on 570 gigabytes of text. For comparison, its predecessor GPT-2 was over 100 times smaller, with only 1.5 billion parameters. This increase in scale drastically changes the behavior of the model. GPT-3 is able to perform tasks it was not explicitly trained on, like translating sentences from English to French, with few to no training examples. This behavior was mostly absent in GPT-2. Furthermore, for some tasks, GPT-3 outperforms models that were explicitly trained to solve those tasks. Although in other tasks, it falls short. So you need to check. Okay, but who built ChatGPT? ChatGPT was created by San Francisco-based company OpenAI, a research venture led by Sam Altman, that was previously the CEO of Y Combinator, and backed by tech investors like Microsoft. ChatGPT is a language model. ChatGPT is a huge language model LLM. LLMs predict next words, generating coherent text. Sometimes responses are unpredictable and biased. So the solution, ChatGPT implemented reinforced learning with human feedback, RLHF training. ChatGPT has been called the new Google, but why? First, because of the marketing success and the growth. Only from November, ChatGPT was the most popular site, number 1879, and in December was the 98th most popular visited site in the world, only 1 month. As you can see, it scaled 1078 positions. The source is SimilarWeb. ChatGPT Key Facts. ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chatbot that can answer almost any question you ask and follow conversations. It's a generative artificial intelligence, generating new data most of the time you need to feed with some initial inputs or words as a dialogue. The Times published is the world's first truly useful chatbot. ChatGPT used human labelers that got hired to correct artificial intelligence responses into accurate and veridic, using reinforcement learning with human feedback. ChatGPT can give incorrect responses that seems to be true. It's important to validate data generated with trusted sources. What can you do with ChatGPT? You can generate explanations to topics and generate text. You can answer general knowledge questions that, for example, what's the capital of Nigeria? It can help you summarize information from a piece of text. You can pass an article and you can get the summary. Help you create code in any programming language. You can say, create me a code in Python that loops for the first 10 elements and try to add to a string, adds a 0 every time it iterates, and it will generate the text. You can generate creative writing or text competition. Can you write a short story about a robot? And can provide definitions or explanations. Please let me know if there's anything specific you want me to do for you. Okay, but what is GPT-3? GPT-3, Generative Pre-trained Transformer 3, is a state-of-the-art language generation model developed by OpenAI. It uses neural network architecture called a transformer, which is trained on a massive dataset of text from the internet to generate human-like text. GPT-3 has 175 billion parameters. Limitations of ChatGPT. You need to check the data that is accurate with sources and check if the data is not biased or toxic. Okay, but how can you use ChatGPT to boost your learning process? It can help you with generating summaries as question and answer. It can be like your tutor. You are asking questions and you can fine tune the questions to work over specific topics recursively on specific subjects. It can help you as a language translation and text completion. ChatGPT, some use cases. It can help you in content generation, customer service. For example, you have an inquiry and you can try to give you some ideas of how to solve this customer service. Email or document generation. As a worker assistant, you can ask anything you want to know and it will provide you in a lot of times original answers. Grammar correction, text summarization, and original brainstorming. Okay, so this tutorial is sponsored by myself. I'm creating this video game apps ascendance that is on media blockchain, and you can get some NFT in this site. You can connect your MetaMask wallet and you can deposit some Ethereum and then you can buy. The NFTs are starting at low prices. As you see, $2. And I have a lot of concept art 3D and animations that I am working on. The plan is to create a game franchise and do the clothing for women and for men. This is the idea, to create a game franchise and sell clothes on Amazon and share the revenue with the holders. And this is our site. You can subscribe with your email. It's simple, based on React. Okay, so let's continue the video. Okay, but can ChatGPT be used to generate content for my blog? Yes, ChatGPT can be used to generate content for your blog, but it's important to note that the generated text may not always be of high quality or appropriate for your specific use case. It's also important to consider any legal or ethical implications that the text is not biased or toxic of the user-generated text, such as issues related to plagiarism that is not the same like other article on the internet that has been originally written, or copyright infringement. Additionally, it always is a good idea to check the generated text for sense and review it before publishing. So check. This answer was provided to me by ChatGPT. Okay, so now let's see some examples. Okay, so I say, I want this book, The Nature of Space and Time. So I say, give me a summary of The Nature of Space and Time by Stephen Hawking. And give me a summary. The Nature of Space and Time is a book written by Stephen Hawking and Roger Penrose. The book provides an overview of the fundamental nature of space and time. And then I say, give me a short summary of the nature of space and time. And I pass all this text. I pass it. And it gives me a summary. And to see if it's original the response, you can regenerate the response. And if you can regenerate, is original the response. Also, let's give an interesting exercise. For example, look this. Create me a Python code that loops through 10 times and add the current number to a string. A basic example, only to test that ChatGPT can create code. So as you can see, it has an empty string, then it has a range, then for e in the range of 10, it results a string. It adds to the concatenated string with the current number 0, 1, and then print the string. And here is the explanation.